This is the Vaguely Nerdy Podcast, where each week this brother-sister duo gets together to discuss the box office, latest film and TV scoops, along with our latest movie or show review, and what we're getting into next. We're your host, Cheryl.
And Jay.
Okay, this week we watched The Roses, which is a movie adaptation of the book, which also had another movie adaptation, War of the Roses. And Jay is on deck for trivia. What you got?
Okay, so this is going to be War of the Roses trivia because there is no Roses trivia out yet because the movie just came out. So, Okay, so War of the Roses came out in 1989.
Okay.
It stars Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner.
Yes, where?
There was another person that was considered for the role of Barbara.
Okay.
And who's Kathleen Turner's role in War of the Roses. Popular pop star. Who was it?
Madonna.
No. Oh. Close.
Black or white?
White. They were still going to be white.
I was just wondering.
Thinking pop stars.
Pop star?
In the 80s.
In the 80s.
White women pop stars in the 80s.
This is not going to do very well for me. In the 80s. Mind you, I was born in the 80s.
It's a big one.
Huge?
Yes.
Celine Dion? Was she big in the 80s?
Yes. Okay, so that's huge.
Okay.
Close. Big hits. Disco music.
Disco. Cher?
Yes.
Oh, that would have worked. Yeah. Yes. Okay. That would have worked.
Cher was considered for the role of Barbara in War of the Roses in 1989, which people are probably wondering, well, why would they have cast Cher? Because she's a pop star.
She was an actress.
Yeah. This
okay.
was 2 years after she had just won Best Actress Oscar for Moonstruck.
Okay.
So that would have made sense that she would have capitalized.
If you didn't know, Cher also was an actress.
Yeah.
Not just a singer. Yeah, I mean, Kathleen Turner did great.
I mean, Cher's been in a bunch of stuff.
Right. But Cher would have worked.
Yeah.
I could see that. But I feel like Kathleen Turner and Michael Douglas.
Oh, no, it perfectly worked. Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie was perfect.
Yeah. That casting still worked out.
But they also, in addition to that, it made more sense because Kathleen Turner and Michael Douglas had worked on other stuff in addition to Danny DeVito because he directed The War of the Roses. Romancing the Stone was one of they were basically like the Coens.
Okay. On the
Romance
acting
of the
side.
Stone, and I think some other films that they did as well.
So the chemistry was
together.
already there.
Yeah. So
okay.
They were like a trio.
If you have not seen the OG War of the Roses, I highly recommend you check that out.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
And you don't need to see that one to see this one, but they're both adaptations of the same book.
Yeah.
So you might as well.
Yeah.
Might as well.
All right, so that is trivia for this week. Let's get into the rest of the episode.
Welcome to the Vaguely Nerdy Podcast, your favorite podcast for movie and TV show news, trailers, and vaguely nerdy topics.
Each week, we dive into the latest film release, talk about the plot, characters, our favorite scenes, and give our rating out of 5 Nicole Kidmans.
Whether you're a casual moviegoer or a hardcore cinephile, we've got something for you. Reviews, news, hot takes, and a few surprises along the way.
So grab your popcorn, open your favorite podcast app or YouTube, and let's roll the reel on this week's latest episode of the Vaguely Nerdy Podcast.
It's quiet in the Hollywood streets, which is interesting. And so we have something to talk about in the movie news. It's movie news that I'm not very happy about, but we'll talk about it. Our trailer park is empty, closed. Labor Day weekend, everybody took the holiday off.
Yeah. So
we have no trailers, and then we have a light size of BUNCHA-CRUNCH. It's the low fat. So
all right.
Then we'll get into our review. So right up at the top here is some very disappointing news. Mortal Kombat II, which we were very excited about.
And have been asking about for quite some time.
Asking about where's the trailer. We finally got us a trailer. We were wondering where they were at Comic-Con. But it was coming out in 2 months, October 24th. So it's not a Halloween movie, but it still had that, dark, spooky season vibe. It ain't coming out no more in October. They pushed this movie back 7 months to May. Oh.
What hit you?
We ain't going to be in the country.
Oh, we won't.
May 15th, 2026.
Great.
Is the new day for Mortal Kombat. So they pushed it back 7 months. Now, everybody's default reason, and I think our reason is they reshooting the movie?
Yeah, I feel like something's wrong.
The movie is
Something
done.
has to be wrong with the movie.
The movie was coming out in 2 months.
It was done a long time ago.
Finished.
Years.
The I's have been dotted and the T's have been crossed. So the fact that they are moving this is everybody's flabbergasted, especially us Mortal Kombat fans. The reasoning that has been given, though, on paper, they are saying that they moved it because the current October that's coming up is too crowded. Yes. Yep, what? that is on wax. That is on paper. That is in the trades. Warner Brothers said that they wanted to give this movie opportunity outside of a crowded October.
Do we have a list of what's coming out in October?
Hold on.
Okay.
1 second, because I pulled that up because I thought you would ask.
I have issue.
I thought you would ask that. The biggest movie that's coming out, and let me just run some run-of-the-mill movies that are coming out. Good Boy, the movie that just got updated to limited to wide release.
How do they compete?
Mind you.
With Shudder.
Kiss of the Spider Woman.
Oh.
With Jennifer Lopez.
How would they compete with a musical?
Tron.
Oh, how would they compete with Jared Leto?
Yeah, right. Let's see what else. We have If I Had Legs, I Kick You, which is starring Rose Byrne and Conan O'Brien.
How could they compete with independent film?
I don't know. Another movie coming out in October, Good Fortune, with Keanu Reeves and Aziz. And Keke Palmer and Sandra Oh.
That's a comedy. That's not even within the same genre.
Black Phone 2 is also coming out in October.
Okay. That's the one.
Yeah. That is.
Yeah.
Let me keep going before I say what I was going to say. After the Hunt, which is a movie that just premiered at the Venice Film Festival with Julia Roberts, Ayo Edebiri, and Andrew Garfield.
That's no longer a problem. Because the reviews for that
the movie was never going to be a problem. Ever. It's got like a 40-something on Rotten Tomatoes. Anywho, moving along, Hida, which is
Tessa Thompson.
Yeah, with Nia DaCosta's latest movie.
They weren't anticipating that coming out, so
they weren't. That would have opened the weekend.
And that's not competition.
No, it's definitely a smaller movie. Bruce Springsteen's "Deliver Me from Nowhere" with Jeremy Allen White playing Bruce Springsteen's coming out. Would have came out that same weekend.
Yeah, so the same people who didn't go see the Bob Dylan biopic will be seeing that one. No, so that's not competition either.
And the last movie I'll mention that's coming out in October is Begonia.
Oh, that's
with Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons.
It's
the indie movie. It's an indie movie.
Oh wow! It just hit me that what are they?
They're the new Coen brothers in acting.
So what are they? Danny DeVito, Michael Douglas, and Kathleen Turner now?
Yes, exactly. Like we just talked about. So the biggest movie that was out to Tron Ares, which is coming out October 10th, which would have been 2 weeks before, and then on the following weekend would have been Black Phone 2.
Crowded, but this ain't competition.
No, these are three. I won't say they're three different audiences. I will say that I think the audiences would have went to all three. Tron, Black Phone 2, Mortal Kombat. There's some overlapping circles there, for sure. I mean, why would it doesn't make any sense?
It doesn't.
I'm calling BS.
Maybe because they looked at July and they were like, July didn't go well as everybody thought they would with other movies that were gonna be like box office hits.
We'll never probably get the real reason.
So maybe it won't work for us as well. So maybe we should just move to a month when there is nothing else.
Now,
maybe they looked at July and was like, people only go see one movie a month now.
Which is not actually a false thing.
So maybe we should just move to a month where there's no other movies.
And the silly thing, even more silly things, WB has had a really good year. They had Sinners. They've had Minecraft. They had Superman. They had Weapons. I think One Battle After Another is WB. And then they would have had this. Okay. So it's not making sense why they just moving a whole movie. But what I think is that they next year probably not looking as good, and they like we need to move.
What's next year? Isn't Supergirl next year?
So Supergirl is next year. So here's what's coming out May 2026, and this is all studios, not just WB. That now is going to be considered, I would say, competition for Mortal Kombat. You ready?
Sure.
Devil Wears Prada 2 comes out May 1st.
That's
now
valid.
That's
sorry. Sorry. Were you gonna say that?
I was. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
I think we actually want to see that.
Oh, that's the problem. People want to see that.
It's like that's actually.
Now you might say those audiences don't overlap. The overlap might be small, but theaters can only show so many movies at once, and they're gonna pick the movie that's playing that's more popular.
It's two different types of carnage. So
exactly. And the overlapping is us. Like we see them.
So
definitely seeing Devil Wears Prada.
When I said that's fair, I was speaking about.
Yeah, like we
should be worried about me going to see that.
You should be definitely worried about some of us that's like, oh, we're going to see both of these. Okay,
the people you should be worried about.
So that's May 1st. That Devil's Wears Prada 2 is going to be our kick off the summer movie. Okay. Normally it's a Marvel movie. Marvel moved Doomsday back to December, so now Disney was like, move Devil's Wears Prada 2 in there. May 22nd is Mando and Grogu.
Yeah,
a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
So Mortal Kombat's going to open a week before like a Star Wars movie, which is just not
a Star Wars movie that's supposed to be like
good.
Well, the rest of the universe that they're building is supposed to like hinge on this movie.
Yes, and we have not had a Star Wars movie in quite some time.
This is supposed to bring in
Rise of Skywalker.
This is supposed to bring in all the people that they built up from the series.
Yes, that people like. And it's Baby Yoda's in it. I mean, I would not want to go against Baby Yoda at the box office, but or Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal.
Just to a combo I'm just kind of want to stay away from, but
and
no.
Sigourney.
Exactly.
So.
And it's freaking Star Wars. I don't care how bad people say the movies is. All the last trilogy made $1 billion each. Billion each.
Please, for all rants, please just refer to Jurassic World Rebirth. When we're talking about discussions about exhaustion about franchises.
People not going to go see.
Yeah.
Please.
Jurassic World is about to make $900 million.
It's touching 850.
After everybody was like, it's not going to make $1 billion.
Nobody wants to see
this. It's not a success. I don't know. What did Regine or Living Single say? When she was like, I could drive up real close to it.
Right. I ain't got to be there, but I'll be real close.
But I could drive real close to it.
So, yeah, the weekend after is Mando and Grogu. And then the weekend after that, which I think will be Memorial Day weekend. I don't know where Memorial Day weekend falls in 2026. Is an untitled DC movie, which, who knows?
Untitled DC movie?
DC Studios movie. That's what Wikipedia says. Next year, next May.
Booster Gold.
They would have to start filming it now.
That means it's probably not coming out.
Maybe, but DC has a space for it just in case. I would just say if I was Mortal...
It's Batman.
Well, it also doesn't make sense because this DC movie is technically also WB. So, like, why would you put your Mortal Kombat movie, which is WB, in the same month as a DC movie, which is WB?
Somebody just did that.
Who?
A studio just did that.
Probably Disney. They always do that.
I think it was WB.
Okay.
Or Universal. One of them just put out like one studio just has like 2 of their big movies out at the same time, and they're like eating each other.
Yeah, that's typical
right now.
So so May, for them to say they're moving from October to May of next year because it's less crowded, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Falsehoods, fake news, and just for prosperity's sake, I listed some June movies as well. So June has Master of the Universe, a Steven Spielberg movie, Scary Movie 6, Toy Story 5, and Supergirl. Theaters.
The next month?
The following month. That's all.
That's not good.
So, and the reason...
Wait, what's the date for Mortal Kombat? Is that beginning of May?
15th, so mid-May. So literally...
Not enough. So like...
a week or 2.
Not even 2 weeks because Mandalorian is right after.
Yes. So we talking like you about to get your IMAX screen snatched. You about to get your 3D screen snatched. You about to get your XD Dolby 4XD.
Oh, yeah. Them premium screens is gone. Because what we know about Disney is Disney don't play about the premium screens.
Disney will cut your throat.
Disney is the mob.
To get the screens. Okay.
Disney gives up no screens.
None.
No sharing.
None. So I don't know what WB's doing with this. We are disappointed.
Maybe they think it'll be a hit like Jurassic World, where Jurassic World didn't have any screens.
What?
Jurassic World didn't have any premium
but
screens.
Jurassic World is...
Mortal Kombat?
It's Jurassic World. Jurassic is...
Mortal Kombat's been around for a while.
It ain't... Okay. Ain't no $1 billion Mortal Kombat.
But it's also
movies.
rated R, so...
But there's also no $1 billion Mortal
Kombat.
Kombat
Go
movies.
see it.
It don't have no dinosaurs in it.
I mean, it has Scorpion.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It has a dinosaur
descendant. But, I mean, like I said, it's also rated R, so...
Which is not going...
That's a hit for all movies that are rated R.
Right,
anyway,
because you don't have as big of a demographic should be able to go see the movie. Yeah. So I don't know what WB is thinking with this.
They better be careful because this is the first theatrical release one. So this is the test. Remember, the first one was COVID release. This is the first theatrical release Mortal Kombat
we watched that at
in like 20 years. Over 25 years.
I don't understand the reasoning behind this. And then if it don't do good, they just gonna put it on HBO Max, or they gonna make it available for purchase at home in like 2 weeks.
Because the first one wasn't like mind-blowing. It was kind of a disappointment in some
so
areas.
We already kind of we already a little reserved because the first one wasn't great, but we was willing to give this a chance, and now you've knocked it off the calendar for 7 months. This is your first
chance at the theaters.
I just don't disappointment. I'm so
maybe
disappointed.
Maybe they're scared.
I hope it's because
maybe the movie's not great.
I actually hope this is the stupid reason why they're moving it, and not the real reason that I think is that they trying to like fix something with the movie.
I haven't heard anything about any test audiences,
nothing,
or test screenings.
But they had to have when the movie was coming out in 2 months.
The movie was made 5 years ago.
It's done.
Yeah,
it's cooked.
Yeah, they filmed this forever ago.
I don't understand.
I'm scared.
We wasn't happy. We were on our way. We were literally walking into the movies to go see The Roses, and Jay was like, "They moved Mortal Kombat," and I was like, "What?"
Literally, as we opened the door to The Roses,
I caused the scene.
They delayed it
at the Cinemark because they moved it. Wasn't happy.
Yeah,
not happy about that.
We only care because we were anticipating it. So
very much so.
Yeah,
I think a lot of us were.
Mm-hmm. And it had a good trailer.
It had a good trailer, and I guess we'll just be getting more trailers for the next 7 months.
Or the same trailer.
Or the same trailer played for 7 months.
And they skipped Comic-Con. Like, do y'all care?
And they didn't even push it back far enough to like do the next Comic-Con.
There's not even any press.
None.
Nothing.
There's no point of going to New York Comic-Con next month either.
Yeah. We know maybe that's why they pushed it. Maybe they pushed it to the next fiscal year.
So right. Write the book. Fix the books.
Could stretch the budget more. They're like, you know what?
Right.
We
need something.
If we try to put out this year, we got to request a new PO.
Right. We're going to have to take money from Superman. Like, James Gunn, we need that money back. You can't have Clayface. We need that money.
All right, so that is all the movie news this week. We're going to just quietly just drive past the trailer parks. Don't look, anybody. Don't look. Nobody look. There's no cars in there instead.
Close for business.
Let's dive to this Bunch Crunch.
All right, so the light Bunch of Crunch we have this week is May Calamawy.
I think it's.
I really butchered that. May, we like you. I like you, girl. I like you. Who was from Moon Knight and who's also going to be in Lee Cronin's The Mummy that's coming up.
Yes.
Is going to be joining the Netflix Extraction series with Omar Sy, which I forgot about the series.
I didn't because I can't think of who it was, but I think they casted another dude like weeks ago and didn't make any noise.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know who. Sorry, dude. They haven't said much about the next Extraction movie either.
No, they haven't.
Which has me worried because.
You know what? I'm not. Those movies are so simple.
They are
entertaining. It's very hard to mess up, and especially if Idris is going to be in it.
I think he should be like a main player now, based on how the last one ended.
Yeah.
So good for her. I liked her. I haven't seen her in anything since Moon Knight. She was supposed to be in Gladiator 2, but they cut all her scenes. So hopefully she is like a main character in this because I like her.
Interesting. Speaking of The Mummy, which is sidebar.
Yeah.
There's like 3 Frankenstein movies coming out now.
Yes, there are. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
we're about to get saturated with Frankenstein.
I don't know what Frankenstein.
It was like when that time when it was like 2 Pinocchio movies at the same time. Everybody was like, which one is which?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
One of them also was Guillermo del Toro. 2 who?
2 Jungle Books.
Yes, there were 2 Jungle Books at a certain time. We were all like, which one are you talking about? I'm confused.
So instead of twin films, they're just actually twin films.
Actual copies.
Yes. Clone film.
Yeah. I don't know why the Frankenstein is, maybe because like the monster universe, they're like trying to
and they're all
revive.
Trying to, like, tell the story from a different angle.
Yes, with like extra new characters. Like why are we making people that?
Right.
I don't know. But they actually just showed Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein at the Venice Film Festival. And I think it got good reviews.
That's good. They finished filming The Mummy a while ago.
Oh, they did?
So
when is that coming out?
I don't know. But I'm interested to see that since it's gonna be spooky.
Lee Cronin's The Mummy is coming out 2026, it says. Oh, April 17th.
Okay.
2026.
Last bit of Bunch Crunch is Amy Adams and Aaron Pierre are going to be in the Star Wars Starfighter movie that's going to be releasing in May 2027. This is going to be directed by Sean Levy.
Yep.
And it's going to star Ryan Gosling.
Mia Goth.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, Matt Smith.
Yes. They also casted a couple of other people as well. But these were the 2 like big name stars. My question is, are we going to see their faces or are they going to pull a Maz Kanata on us? Like they did with Lupita.
Oh.
Are they going to be people?
They don't specify if it's like voice work or not.
They usually don't until they get close.
You're right.
So,
curious.
Are they going to be like actually...
Or if one of them's like a Mandalorian.
Yeah. So is it going to be like actually starring in it with their faces or is it going to be like motion capture roles?
I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right.
Because it could. Or robots.
Yeah, or
like Alan Tudyk played a robot. They'll have people play robots. So.
I can see Amy Adams doing voice work. Oh, you know what? That's a lie. I can see both of them because one of them is freaking Mufasa.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So not all of them are. They're not all going to be people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like out of all 6 of these people, they're not all going to be like humans.
Yeah. Checks.
So
Disney like, okay, and somebody, we got to be a voice.
Somebody going to be a light. Somebody's going to be a Jedi. Or at least a lightsaber wielder.
Interesting. Now my brain is churning. Like, are they actually gonna be able to see these people?
Yeah.
I think that's cool for both of them, though. I don't think Amy Adams has been in any other. I think this might be her biggest. Well, she was Lois.
Yeah.
I'll take that back.
Yeah. I don't think she's been in a franchise since then.
Right. That's what I was thinking about. And then Aaron Pierre's his last biggest thing was Mufasa. So this will, Lanterns
hasn't come out yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Mufasa probably still will be bigger, though, in terms of, like, watched it. Although Lanterns is not going to the box office. It's a TV show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But good for him for getting the checks cut.
Yeah.
So, we'll see how this plays out.
I don't know what the plot is, so.
It's something that Ryan Gosling and a kid, I don't know who plays the kid, are, I was going to say Globe-Trotting. Universe-Trotting?
Yeah, Galaxy-Trotting.
There it is. Galaxy-Trotting. And Mia Goth is supposed to be one of the villains that's chasing them across the different galaxies.
Yeah.
But I don't know what their, like, job is. Like, what Ryan Gosling's, like, official title is.
No, and it's supposed to be in a completely separate galaxy that's completely separate from the already
Skywalker
established Skywalker stuff. So, interested to see how this does and if it has an interesting plot. Looking at the title and who they've casted and just a little bit of the plot details we've gotten, it's given Solo a Star Wars story, which didn't do well. So maybe, hopefully it's different enough that it doesn't just feel like Solo, because people didn't like Solo. So
why didn't people like Solo? It just didn't like it.
It was just in a wave of people hating Disney stuff.
Okay,
it came out after the sequel trilogy with Rey and the younger people.
Okay, so it was already on the hate train.
Star Wars anymore.
Okay, the hate train was like packed.
It wasn't that great of a movie, but it wasn't terrible.
Okay,
yeah,
we'll see. I think it's time for us to get Star Wars back in the movies. So I'm looking forward to Mando and Grogu. I'm looking forward to this. It's not coming out for like a quarter century, so we'll see.
Somebody made a point. Said this is one of the instances of them finally doing something and not just announcing it. So
listen, we had
because we know that they love doing that.
Remember they had that big old announcement? There was like 3 different Star Wars movies across 3 different time periods, and I could not tell you what them 3 time periods was and what them 3 movies were.
They started scrubbing that.
Yeah, it just got real quiet. Like we still haven't had Ray's movie.
There's no evidence
that they keep writing and getting a new writer, new director for. I don't know, but Mando and Grogu was done, so we at least know that's coming out next year. Yeah.
All right, so that is all the movie news and BUNCHA-CRUNCH for this week. We're going to take a short break and come back for our review for The Roses.
Hey. This week we watched The Roses, which was released August 29th, 2025. Director is Jay Roach, and if you're not familiar with Jay Roach, you just don't know it. He is the director of the Austin Powers franchise, all 3 movies. He is also the director of Meet the Parents and Meet the Fockers. And if you're listening to this podcast, I'm sure you've seen at least one of those 5 movies. If not, that's weird. But yeah, he's been in the business and he got some hits. The cast and characters of The Roses include Benedict Cumberbatch plays Theo Rose, Olivia Colman plays Ivy Rose, and Andy Samberg plays Barry. Kate McKinnon plays Amy. Barry and Amy are a couple, by the way. Allison Janney plays Eleanor, who is Ivy's divorce lawyer. And who else do I want to point out? Wait, I looked up how to say his name. Shuti?
Nkuti Gatwa.
Gatwa plays Jeffrey, who is a manager at Ivy's restaurant. And who else do we have in here that I want to? Those are all the people I knew.
You do the girl from Death and Unicorn?
Oh, yes. And then her name is Sunita Mani.
Yes.
She plays Jane, who is a chef at Ivy's restaurant.
Yeah.
So those are our main players of the movie. The runtime is 1 hour and 45 minutes. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect runtime. Budget is question mark. For some reason, they're not telling us what it is, which is very interesting. Opening day, so we have nothing to really compare to.
You mentioned the original cost of the War of the Roses?
The original War of the Roses had a $26 million budget. So there's no way this costs less. I mean, it could have cost less, But I don't think it did.
I'm more interested now to know what it is when it comes out.
Honey Don't had a $20 million budget. And I feel like this had more people that would command more money.
This looked more expensive than Honey Don't.
Yes.
But...
And I just looked at it randomly. Caught Stealing, which came out this weekend and we are not watching, cost $40 million. And that one actually looks like it moves around.
Question.
Yeah.
What did Black Bag cost?
60 million. I think so, because we were like, why did this cost 60 million?
I would think same caliber
Black
actors,
Bag
director.
Budget. You're right, Steven Soderbergh, 60 million.
Interesting.
But Black Bag was the unusual. I feel like Black Bag cost too much. I love the movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Cost too much, though. So this is probably, I would say, 30-ish million, 30, 35. What was Weapons we said? 38?
Yeah.
If I had to guess, it's probably around 25 to 30, which is, I mean, that's how much the movie costs. I don't feel like you could make a movie cheaper than that.
Yeah.
I Know What You Did Last Summer cost like 18, but all them actors is like $5.
Yeah.
So
they had no names.
Yeah. Weapons was 38 million. What was what I just say? I Know What You Did Last Summer, 2025, 18.
Yeah.
They didn't do this for $18 million.
Interesting. So under 60?
I'm guessing somewhere between, I would say 30.
Yeah.
I would say about 30, which feels appropriate for this movie.
Interesting.
But we'll never know, or we will know sometime later. But right now, Wikipedia says question mark. The the box office though, opening day did 2.7 million. Okay. And it's projected to do 7 million for the 4-day holiday weekend. So this is Labor Day weekend. If you are listening to this at some other point in time in the future, when there's a holiday, they do 4-day box office weekends instead of 3-day. I guess because they think people are going to take their day off and go to the movies, which people do.
They do.
So they counted 4 days. So for 4 days, they think it's going to do 7 million. And this is just domestic. I don't know what the international numbers are. So I don't know if that's good or bad because we ain't got nothing to the budget. So yeah, I don't know. It's not gonna be number one, I guess. Apparently, Jaws re-release is, and it's fighting costs.
Sad state of the
so just the set level set. This weekend, the big two movies were Caught Stealing and I would say The Roses. And then the third big movie was it's like the 50th anniversary or something of Jaws, 50th or 30th, I don't know. And they re-release it in theaters like they do movies. But the number one movie is either going to be Jaws or Caught Stealing, which is crazy because Jaws is decades old.
Yeah.
That ain't good.
It's not.
That's not good. If I was Caught Stealing, I'd be like, hey, would y'all go see this
and Jaws
movie?
Was just out last month for Shark Week.
Was it?
Yeah, it was just in theaters.
Interesting.
Last month for the shark stuff.
Yeah. So it is 50th. It's Jaws 50th anniversary. So they re-released that. They also re-released Lilo and Stitch solely for the purpose of it being the number one domestic movie to beat Minecraft. And it's probably gonna make it.
It's probably gonna do it.
So shout out to Stitch. Anyway, back to the movie we actually saw this week. Ratings wise, Rotten Tomatoes, it got a B+, which is not bad for a comedy. No, I think that's pretty good. Caught Stealing got a B. I'm just throwing numbers out there because it also came out this weekend. And for the Rotten Tomato score, critics gave it a 64, so 6 out of 10, which ain't terrible. And the audience liked it a little more, 75% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay. Also,
not terrible, but it ain't like blowing the box office. Blowing the rating numbers or anything. No. So with that said, Jay, hit us with the plot.
Plot of The Roses is Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman play a married couple who start out very happily. Yeah. Tragedy hits one of them.
Yes.
And they find their relationship challenged to the point that they want to divorce each other. But also take everything each of them has. So.
Which is pretty much like the book and like the movie.
Yes.
They both have, this is supposed to be more based on the book, although I read the Wikipedia page for the book and I was like, I actually feel like it feels closer to the movie.
Yeah, both films deviate from the book.
Absolutely. This is definitely its own take of what's going on. But some of the foundation, I think, from both the previous movie and the book are there.
Yeah.
So, like I said, you don't need to have read either one to enjoy this. So, But you should at least watch the other movie.
Yes.
For sure. Do you want to do non-spoiler thoughts? You want to go first?
Sure. I thought this was a really good comedy. I think the chemistry between the leads was really good. I think that makes sense. They both thrive on dark humor and witty back and forth.
And they're both British.
Throughout the film. And they're both British. But it's also something that I say we're used to seeing from other characters that they've played in other things. I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch, for example, like Doctor Strange.
Yes. He's got that weird sense of humor.
He's good at being like dark sense of humor, witty back and forth. He's very smart aleck.
Yes.
and she is too in a lot of her roles. I think the favorite in Secret Wars.
Yes, we liked her in Secret Wars. We didn't like Secret Wars.
So, because they are just good in these roles, they were good in the same roles together.
Being as a married couple.
Playing as a married couple. I think they worked really well together.
Yes.
Well-written dialogue. The movie is mostly jokes. Most of the dialogue is just jokes and jabs at each other.
It is.
Most of the dialogue is like jokes and jabs.
Every other line might be a joke.
But it's not unbearable, and it is genuinely funny.
Yeah.
A lot of things are very funny. It does take a while to get rocky.
It did.
They didn't start having problems till about 20 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
30.
It felt like longer than that.
20, 30 minutes into the movie, and it's an hour and 45-minute movie.
Right.
Because they do a lot of de-escalation. Like they have arguments that get ugly, but then they de-escalate it. Yes. And then you're wondering like, okay, so I spent a lot of time wondering like, okay, so when is it going to get really bad?
And then it get
to the point that they want to kill each other. And then my last note was that it does kind of feel like it's races to the finish line towards the end, because I don't think it was bad enough. I don't think they hated each other enough throughout the film to when it got to the third act, when they're supposed to hate each other enough to where they get the scenes where she's chasing around the house with a gun.
Right.
I feel like that escalated very quickly.
Got you. Yeah. Like a boiling point situation.
Yeah, I feel like the way they wrote them into that situation, I was like, wow.
Here we are. Right.
Very quickly.
Jesus Christ. So, I agree with you on that.
There. But other than that, I think I had a good time.
Okay. So my notes were funny. This movie opens funny.
Yeah.
I don't want to say every other line is a joke, but every scene has a joke in it, I think.
Yeah.
Whether it's like a setup joke, whether it's a continuing joke, whether it's a reoccurring joke, it's funny. Like, it's funny all the way through. I don't think there's some serious moments, but it's mostly just all funny. Yeah. Love the cast and the cast chemistry. I think even the kids were cute. What I had when I was looking up War of the Roses, they did have kids.
Yeah.
Not Frodo. Yep.
Sam.
Samwise.
Yes.
Yes, Samwise was one of their kids. Yeah. So I'll bring that back up at the end of why I was like, oh, okay, that played a role for me. But anywho, they do have kids in this, but the kid actors in this also, like, they switch kid actors. They did that in the movie too.
Yeah.
Because the kids kind of grew up, because they do like a time lapse in this. Pacing was good. Hour and 45 was great. I don't feel like it needed to be longer or shorter. It was like the perfect runtime, which I appreciated. And it didn't feel like an hour and 45. So I like that. Okay. The editing was good. I like that the characters both had good points, but they both also had awful moments.
Yeah.
It was like I have to watch it again and like do a tally or something. But it was pretty even of like, oh, that's a good point. Oh, she's right. Oh, he's right. And it was like, oh, girl, why are you doing that? Or Strange, what are you doing?
It was like watching people make bad decisions.
Yes. Yeah. So I wasn't on either person's side. Like there's no side, at least for me. There was no side to this because they both had their ups and downs. So I like the evenness of that. And I agree with you. They don't really get really, really mean to each other till like the very end.
Yeah.
And we like, okay, this is bad. So I would have liked more warring. I know this is not called War of the Roses, but I would have liked more of the war in this, maybe through like because when they do start going back and forth real bad, the movie like amps up and it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good all the way through, but when it amps up, it's also good.
When it gets ugly, they kind of do like a montage of
and I would have liked to see that played out versus it being a montage. So I would have liked more of that. But otherwise, I was looking forward to this movie because I thought it was gonna be funny. Some of the reviews that came out said it was funny, and I needed to make up for Honey Don't. So I got that, and I was pleased.
Yes.
I was pleased. All right, anything else for non-spoiler thoughts?
I think that's all I got for non-spoiler.
All right, so we're going to jump into the spoiler section of our review. If you don't want to be spoiled, pause, go watch the movie, check it out, and then come back because we're going into spoilers in 3, and 2, and 1. So there's a lot of people in this movie, but the movie mainly focuses, as it should, on Ivy and Theo, which are a couple. So let's start off with Benedict Cumberbatch, who plays Theo Rose. Now, Theo is an architect, a successful architect. I didn't realize that Benedict Cumberbatch was so like lanky. That has nothing to do with his acting. But I've mostly seen him as Doctor Strange. He got like the cloak and all stuff on. So in this, he's an architect, but he's also into fitness. So he's like running around and stuff in the movie. And I was like, oh, he's a pretty lucky guy. But Benedict Cumberbatch does a good job of playing like a doting husband, but a doting husband who's got like a mean streak. Yes. When he want to bring it out. And he is very much about his wife. And he's the one who like buys her restaurant. Like the reason why she gets the restaurant, because he buys it for her, because he's super successful. He like makes this museum. So you get like this fat check. It gets, you know, she's so Ivy is a up and coming restaurant owner. Like she's a chef. She wants her own restaurant. She's been at home with the kids, but he decides to get her a restaurant. So you're like, oh, that's perfect. He's giving his wife a chance to, you know, fulfill her dream. Because he's like, you know, when we first met, you know, we just wanted to live our lives and whatnot. And, you know, us having kids shouldn't our dream shouldn't take a back seat today. It all sounds real good. But then when stuff start like, when the road get tough, he get tough with it. I'm like, Theo, that is your wife we are talking about. So they do a really good job of like attacking each other. Benedict Cumberbatch does a really good job of playing like a mean husband who's also about his kids, which was interesting. I'm on the fence of like how he raised the kids was good or bad. I don't really know. I'm conflicted on that.
I would say bad.
You would say, yeah, okay. And so they have a boy and a girl, and they're about they're not twins, right?
No,
they're about the same age.
Yeah.
So when Ivy was at home, she was a stay-at-home mom, essentially, right? And she's more like, she's a chef. So she's like giving the kids all types of foods. She makes these bomb desserts, and the kids have like, you know, they getting sick because they eat so much sweets.
Right.
And Theo is kind of like, you know, our kids need to not, you know, they need to be healthier, live healthier lifestyle. So when he has his incident, which we'll talk about, and he has to raise the kids, he turns them into like health nuts.
Yeah. And
they turn into athletes. And Ivy's like, what happened to my kids? And they literally get sent off to school at like 13.
Yeah.
And the Wikipedia says they went to college.
That's what I thought.
And I was like, there's no way they're 13.
That's what I thought.
So they go, he like sends them, they start running and training and stuff, and they get scholarships to go to college.
Yeah.
At like 13, and the kids would get like sent off. And I was like, I mean, he was there for the kids. Like the girl has her period or whatnot. And Ivy wasn't there. She said, I called Dad, and Dad handled it great. And I was just like, I mean, that's good.
But not tell Ivy at all?
But didn't tell his wife. So it was like,
she just doesn't need to know at all.
Right. So their relationship was trashed by that point anyway. Yeah. But he did a very good job of being a doting husband when it was time. But when he switched, you was like, God dang, Theo, like, you need to relax. So I enjoyed Benedict Cumberbatch in this role.
Yeah, I'll just echo all those points. His mean streak kind of reminded me of how you used to treat Christine in Doctor Strange when she was like, "Yeah, other things to live for." He was like, "What, you?"
Right.
He treated her kind of like that.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I thought he was funny. And they had a lot of chemistry together.
They do. They played a good married couple very well.
Olivia Colman plays Ivy, who is the wife and chef. She's more like the eclectic, adventurous one.
Yeah, she's the fun mom.
Yeah.
Until Dad makes the kids athletes, then he's the fun dad. Yeah. It's a very interesting dynamic when you watch it. Yeah. But they flip. You're like, whose kids are these?
She's a free spirit. She started out as a stay-at-home mom who spent all her time just baking.
Right.
And then when Theo ends up losing his job.
Yeah. The tragic accident. Well, nobody died, but it was pretty tragic.
They moved to California, and he builds a ship museum.
Yes.
On the coast, which I don't know. An Impact Report would have told you that this was a smart idea. But basically, he puts a giant sail, a wind-catching sail.
On top of the museum.
On top, in this coastal town, on top of this museum that's on the coast.
That has like a record-breaking storm
and
one day.
And the first storm that hits takes it down completely.
Yeah. I mean, crashes. It like falls off to the side, which is bad. But then it like totally crashes into the museum.
Like the day before its grand opening. So it's just by luck that it wasn't open.
And it's during this, you know, they added the element of like, we in social media, what now? So people are like recording him freaking out. And he's like flipping people off and telling people not to record. I mean, he's losing his mind, obviously. And his career just ends. Yeah. He's done. He's unemployed.
So he takes the heat, loses his job, and they decide to. And at the same night that happens, she hits it off majorly with a food critic, and she blows up. So the roles are reversed. She's now a successful chef. And he's the stay-at-home dad.
Right.
And it's funny because she gets punished for basically doing the same things that he was doing, like going out and working and not being as at home.
Right. And it's interesting because he's the one who says, no, I'll stay home.
Yeah.
You know what? He actually offers this setup. And she's like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, go live your dream. I'll stay home with the kids for a little bit. He keeps saying that. He's like, just for a little while. We'll do it for a little while.
It's so typical that, he was the one, it was his idea to do it. And then when she does it and it's working, he throws her under the bus for it.
Because she enjoys it a lot.
Yeah, because unfortunately he didn't know that she enjoyed like the fame and popularity a lot. And I like the fact that when he tried to convince her to switch back, because he was like, I'm ready to go back into the workforce. I like the fact she asked her, like, can you get a job?
Right.
You want to switch back so you could feel better, but you can feel better about, being the breadwinner.
Right.
And getting back to what you used to do for your ego. But we now live in a much more expensive house.
Right. Exactly. She was like, we got bills.
And she don't. She's expanding and she's like making bigger business moves. And she's like, we can't wait for you to start from the ground up to build yourself back up to where you were before.
She's got, at this point in the movie, I think she's got like 3 restaurants.
Yeah.
Now she's like all over magazines and whatnot. And she made a good point about can he get a job, but she does something that I thought was kind of jacked up, where he's at home watching the kids and he's like getting burnt out of watching the kids, which is one of the reasons why he's like, let's switch back. And she's like, let's not. She actually goes on a trip like an overnight trip with another restaurateur and don't tell nobody.
No.
She just called from the private jet. And he's like, what you mean you're not coming home?
I loved her excuse where she was like, I would have said something earlier, but I thought we were like, free couple who like wanted to let each other experience things and not hold each other back. I'm like, those are things you say when you don't have kids.
Right. They got 2, they literally have 2 kids, and Theo is literally getting lice out of one of their kids' head while they on the phone.
Being the type of couple that supports each other and doesn't hold it back and lets them go on spontaneous trips without telling each other, something you do when you don't have 2 extra mouths to feed.
And that scene was crazy because she's talking to Theo, but she's also like asking for champagne on his private jet, and Theo like, are you kidding me?
And not
right
listening
now?
to him.
And she's like, you'll tell the kids I said bye, and he like hangs up on her. I was like, I mean, girl, you just can't go on an overnight trip and not tell your family. I don't know about that one, but I mean, she liked this life, and that's what he said that he wanted her to do. That's what she was doing.
And I guess about both of them, it was very funny that they could identify all of the problems that they had. Like they knew where they were wrong each and every time that they did something wrong, because they would turn right back around and apologize.
They were trying to fix it.
Or in the therapy session scenes, when the therapist was basically telling them like there's nothing that you can do to save your relationship, they were kind of just like, she's nuts.
Right. We don't need her.
We don't need her.
Boo, why are we here?
And they were okay with completely grilling each other and still be completely fine right afterwards.
One of my favorite scenes, it's not my favorite scene, it's from the trailer where the therapist tells him like, I don't think that you guys have the ability to solve your problems, and Ivy goes, what, expect a hefty discount for that, because I don't think you should be saying that.
She tells him to come up with a list of 10 things that they like about each other. Of course each of them have 10 things that they're completely roasting about each other, but then they congratulate each other on how effective their lists were.
Right. How bad their list was.
Right.
That's what we open with, and that scene was funny. So I'm saying it's funny from beginning to end, pretty much. All right, who else do we want to talk about in this here movie? Because those are our main 2.
Barry and Amy are played by Andy Samberg and Kate McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon crazy, y'all.
Kate McKinnon was like a scene still.
Every time she in a scene, you like, girl, what is going on?
And the thing about her is that they just it kind of seemed like some of her scenes were improv, but they just let her go.
Just let her do. Now, if you ever seen Ghostbusters, the lady Ghostbusters, it's not the same character, but she still got that like quirky. I don't know how to describe Kate McKinnon.
She's weird. You don't want to be the only person in a room with
her. She's super awkward and uncomfortable.
She's like awkward Barbie, like she was Barbie.
And she's married to Barry, but clearly their marriage is kind of like weird because
no sense. She
keep hitting on Theo through the whole movie. There's scenes where she like hugging Theo and she's like humping up against
she's like dry humping up.
Theo's like, what are you doing? And then she tells him like we're opening up our marriage, and Barry's like, we still talking about that, and Barry don't want no parts or whatever Amy is trying to do.
Yeah.
None whatsoever. But they're both on Saturday. They were both on Saturday Night Live, right?
Yeah.
Hilarious. They were both hilarious, but Kate McKinnon definitely was still in the show.
I love the fact that individually, so like Barry is, I guess they're both Theo's friend, because Ivy doesn't really get a lot of scenes with both.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah.
But I love the fact that Theo basically talks to both of them individually, asking them why they stay together, and both of them are kind of just like, we love each other. And
right.
Andy Samberg's character, Barry, is just kind of like, I love her.
She's
and
weird.
He was like, in the beginning, I feel like I could finish her sentences, and now I don't know what she said, even after she says it. And then I love that Kate McKinnon said that she was like, because she wants to sleep with Benedict Cumberbatch.
She really does.
And Benedict Cumberbatch was like, you would leave Barry? She was like, no.
I'm not leaving my husband.
She was like, she was like, I still want my husband.
Right.
That's just what like one random
I need a one-night stand situation, and I will go back to my husband with no qualms.
So I love the fact that they weren't dysfunctional. They weren't as dysfunctional or as hostile towards each other.
Yeah.
They still
they own different kind of issues.
But they were just weird.
Right. And they wasn't getting divorced.
And Theo just could not understand how his marriage was falling apart, but theirs wasn't.
Right. Because he's like, I'm trying to figure out how I can make my marriage last. And Barry's like, I don't know. Don't ask me.
Right. Because he would think Barry would have the answers. Barry's like, I don't know. We don't have these issues.
Right. Barry, and there's another scene at the very beginning where before the museum collapses and Benedict or Theo's like, saying how he's happy or whatnot, and Barry's like, I definitely don't feel inadequate right now. Like somebody else would say that, and Barry clearly feels inadequate. It's like, Barry, what is going on with you?
But then in the divorce video, he was like, he basically told him, like, suck it up, because it's just nice to have people.
Right.
So
you don't want to be alone, do you?
At this point. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. So them as a couple was funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked all this, especially, I forgot the scene at the beginning, the gun scene. So they invite Theo and Ivy to a gun range because it's funny how that scene is set up. So Ivy and Theo from England. Mm-hmm. Or Britain or whatever. Yeah. And they come over and Ivy's like, we're going out with your American friends. Where are they taking us? And then the place they go to is called Guns. And everybody's got guns. And then if you've never been to a gun range, it's loud because guns are just going off. Right. And Ivy and Theo are jumping. Every time a gun goes off, their characters are just like jumping. Hilarious.
I loved she was like, I'm never gonna get used to that.
No, and she jumps through the whole time.
It interrupts their conversation.
Yes, funny. And I think that was like the first, 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. The gun range scene was one of my favorite scenes, and that was the beginning of the film.
Yeah, it was in the very beginning.
And it was just so funny because they were super exaggerated. All of their friends are American. They made all of their American friends like super gun.
Exaggerated Americans.
Like just super like pro-gun. Mm-hmm. They're like so excited. They're doing like weird poses and like calling out like different types of shots that they're going to do and competing.
Yeah. Ivy and Theo are just like, this is ridiculous. Yeah. They actually fake leave the party once after that.
He comes up with a really good excuse about some homeless man that they helped. I'm assuming in London.
Yes.
And then they made an excuse and the guy showed up in America at
with
their
crack.
house with a bag of crack.
With a bag of crack.
And then Barry was like, just let us know if you need help with the crack.
It's just like,
but not the man. He said the man had a sword.
Not the homeless man. Just
he
the crack.
just asked him about the crack.
Ridiculous. Okay, next week is about Jane and Jeffrey. So they work with Ivy. They're not in this movie a ton. They're kind of like the counterparts of Barry and Amy, I guess.
He has friends. She has friends.
She has friends, right? So they're around when there's any type of like family gathering or whatnot. They were good. Yeah. They were nice additions. They have funny lines as well. Funny scenes. So they kind of counterbalance the whole, they were younger. They were actually younger than everybody else too.
I feel like they weren't around as much as the couple's friends were.
No, they were not. And probably because they were like Ivy's work friends. Yeah. Instead of being like, social friends or whatnot. But I like them in this role. They didn't have a super significant roles, but they had good lines at the dinner table. Mm-hmm. We get a dinner scene where everybody is there. They had good scenes with that.
Yeah. So, I mean, the movie had like a bunch of people in it and it was short. So
Right. But I like them. I like the addition of them to this movie.
All right, let's get into our likes and dislikes. You want to go first?
Let's see. So one thing I did like is that it wasn't predictable in the sense of like, I knew they were going to start fighting, but I didn't know what exactly was going to cause the fight. So at the very beginning, when Theo's building collapses, I thought that was going to be the point. And I thought they were going to, like, he was going to be like down and out not being able to do, want to do anything. And then Ivy was going to have to, take over everything, and she was just going to be overwhelmed, and that was going to be it. But it actually wasn't it. And then I thought it was going to be another point in the movie. So I kind of like that they build to what the escalation was, and when they get to that breaking point, I would have liked the breaking point to have been earlier in the movie. But I like the fact that I didn't know what was going to happen next through the whole movie. I also like that the raspberry allergy kept coming up. So Ivy has a allergy to I don't know if it's all berries or just raspberries.
I think it's just raspberries.
So at the beginning of the movie, she makes a cake in the shape of the building that collapses, before it collapses. And the family's eating it. And Theo grabs the EpiPen. And I'm like, we all like, what is going on? So she eats a piece of the cake because she wants to taste it. And everybody, oh my God, this cake's so good. But they get the EpiPen on deck so they can hit her with it after she gets a good chunk of the cake. So that was funny. And then later on, she eats a raspberry on purpose to see if Theo's going to save her.
That was hilarious. She was like, just checking.
She was like, just checking. And he's like, I just don't understand. Like, there's literally a bowl of raspberries just sitting in the fridge. She eats a bunch of them.
While he's like in the middle of going off on her.
Right. And she starts like, her face starts turning red, starts swelling up, and he stabs her with the EpiPen. And she's like, I just wanted to make sure you was okay if I died or not. And then it comes up, I won't explain the last part, but then it comes up again. At the end, I just kind of it was a nice connecting thread throughout the whole movie. And then my other that I'll have, I just put Kate McKinnon.
Yeah.
I mean, she was like her own special by herself.
I love Kate McKinnon in all caps in one of my notes.
Yeah, she was. She wasn't a. I guess she wasn't a main character, but every time she was in the scene, you just knew that something was about to pop, and she was gonna say something stupid, and you just be like, oh, what?
They make everybody uncomfortable at the same time,
right? So I just really like Kate McKinnon. I didn't only dislike. I already mentioned is that I would have liked that they started. If they would have started warring a little earlier in the movie. That's my only dislike.
One of my likes, I like the progression of when it got ugly, I guess.
Yeah.
It made sense. Instead of them having like just an event, I thought it was going to be the event that was going to be the breaking point. Well, I didn't know what it was going to be because I didn't know it was going to be about his building falling down.
Me neither. Nope, that's not in the trailer at all.
I expected it to be an event. Something thing that took place that was the breaking point in a relationship. But instead, they just kind of had moments where they would continuously come back to the same point of arguing, and then eventually they were like, okay, we're arguing over and over again. Yeah, this is the problem.
She even said at one point when she came back from her impromptu getaway, she was like, do you just want to have or he said that was like, you just want to have a 3-hour conversation argument that goes nowhere?
Yeah, he was like, how about a 3-hour circular conversation that goes nowhere?
Right, like, so they do this. Like, y'all know y'all do this, so they're like trying to stop them from doing it.
So it starts off with like really soft arguments, and then they apologize, and then the arguments get worse, they apologize, and then they get worse, and then they stop apologizing.
Right, they don't even, because there's even a scene on the plane. He was like, is this an apology?
Right.
And she's like, no.
So I like that the breaking was that they were just slowly getting worse and not being able to fix it as they got deeper and deeper into the issues.
Right.
I like the house. This is the first house we've seen since the Black Bag that I've been impressed.
Yes. This was, now if you watched or listened to our Black Bag review, we doted on how nice that house was. This was like the Black Bag house like times 4.
Yes.
It was nice. It was very nice.
It was huge. It was in the forest. It had, and I just wanted to dislike, it had a house AI that was named Hal.
You didn't like Hal?
I didn't like the name. It was Hal.
I think that was on purpose.
I know
there was also a callback to Doctor Strange in this, which I thought was also interesting. Where Kate McKinnon, when she goes to see Theo that last time, and when she leaves out, she says something like, to the point to allude to like he was strange, and I was like,
interesting.
Is that a Doctor Strange drop? It was just it was too weird to not be connected.
I caught the Hal 9000 reference.
You immediately caught that.
I'm like, up all the names, you go name your AI Hal.
Of course.
So I liked the costuming. All of Olivia Colman's outfits were nice, and her PJs.
And her PJs, she had a very cute set of PJs. It was probably like $900.
I also liked the restaurant. I liked We Got Crabs. It looked nice.
It was.
It kind of looked like the bar from I Know What You Did Last Summer.
In the daytime, a luxury version.
Like our luxury version.
A clean luxury version.
But it was nice. I liked the way it was decorated, and I liked I like the food aspect of it. Yeah, because it kind of felt like the menu a little bit.
It did. Like, she was not just your regular chef. She was just a chef that just hadn't had her chance. So when she broke out, it was like, to the break of dawn.
Yeah, because her food was like set pieces.
Yes.
Like they would have meals and she would cook and she would make cakes that looked like stuff. And we would see like her getting photographed. And there was like one scene when they went to New York and she was like cooking with like some people in a restaurant in New York she got invited to.
She wasn't no slap. She wasn't no slap. She was celebrity.
I like looking at good food I can't eat.
Yeah, we was having my popcorn wasn't tasting as good.
My popcorn wasn't doing as well.
Actual crab, I'm hungry.
I don't think I had very many dislikes.
Me neither. Yeah. That the one I pointed out was all that I had.
So let's get into the ending.
So the ending did not end how I thought it was going to end. So the reason why I brought up the kids is because when we first saw this trailer, we were like, oh, such and such is not going to happen because they got kids. And I was like, oh, you're probably right. And wrong.
I forgot about the kids in the original War of the Roses.
I did too. And I was like, oh, they went off to college.
Yeah.
And like in this movie,
they were older.
They were not 13.
Yeah, they were older.
Right.
Yeah.
So in this one, they have another argument, but we have reached the peak of arguments. They are officially trying to kill each other. He tries to poison Ivy. That's funny. He tries to poison Ivy with raspberry to get her to sign over the house because now they're at the divorce part and he just wants the house, nothing else. But Ivy's like, nope, can't have it. I pay for it. It's mine. And she's also very, like, kind of vindictive at this point. So he poisons her with raspberry and won't give her an EpiPen until she signs over the house. She signs it. He gives her the EpiPen. The signature says Zendaya.
It's if you Google it, it's actually her signature. Like it's a complete like signature of Zendaya.
Hilarious.
Because when she signed it, I was like,
you can read it.
It's her actual signature.
It looks. You can literally read it. It says Zendaya.
Like she practiced signing Zendaya's name on stuff.
Right. So and then we've reached the epicenter of like pissed. So she got a gun. She's shooting at him. He throwing grapefruits or something at her. He starts beating on her Julia Child gas stove to get her to like stop. And it ends up causing a gas leak. So they run around the house and he locks himself in the bathroom telling how to lock the door. But they actually come to a come to Jesus moment to where they're like, they talk about their problems and what's been going on. And they actually don't want a divorce. They love each other, whatever. So it seems like they're going to make up. And I'm like, okay, good. This is good. It seemed like y'all actually before in the earlier part of the movie, like y'all actually was like a good, happy couple. And we think we got to get that. So they're like, okay, Theo's like, Hal, turn on they about to get it on or whatever. And he tells Hal to turn on the gas. The fireplace. Not knowing that he has caused a gas leak. And then the movie goes to white. Yeah. And it's implied that they blew up. Yeah. And died. They died. They died at the end.
Just like they do in the movie.
Just like they do in the movie. I don't know how I feel about this ending. It didn't ruin the movie for me, luckily. But I was like, y'all just made the kids orphans? Yeah. I don't like that.
I think it's because they didn't hate each other in the way that Kathleen Turner and Michael Douglas did by the end of War of the Roses.
They did, because Kathleen Turner wanted nothing to do with Michael Douglas. At the very end, Michael Douglas is trying to tell her, like, I still love you. And Kathleen Turner's like, okay. Yeah. And? Yeah. I want out. So the fact that they were, like, trying to make up at the end of this one, and then they both get blown up to smithereens.
After it being so rushed, after it feeling like they got to this point in such a rushed way, and then them dying.
Right. And I mean, before we get to the part where he's trying to kill Ivy with raspberries, they do things like he messes up her restaurant order and sends like marshmallows and mac and cheese versus like the lobster stuff. She sends a deep fake video of him to his clients of him being on crack, smoking crack.
He doses. Oh yeah, go ahead.
So he gets fired. What was you about to say?
I was gonna say he doses her guests with mushrooms in her recipe, and they're like getting naked in a restaurant.
They get super high in her restaurant because and then he shaved like his toenail skin. Corns into her lasagna. I mean, they was getting real bad, but I think
ugly.
It was getting super. But shooting at each other and trying to poison each other was pretty bad.
Part when she came out with the gun, I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
because you tried to kill me.
Like, literally,
you have to die.
Right.
And honestly, I don't even know if that would if she would go down in court for that.
Right.
After, he tried to poison
he tried to say, oh, I wasn't gonna actually let you die. But like, how do we know?
How do we know?
Because she signs this Zendaya. Yeah. But she signs the paper and then he stuck her.
The fact that you did it.
Right.
What if you broke the pen?
What if it had a malfunction?
Yeah.
She would have been dead.
You would have had and you would have
killed her.
Yeah.
That's literally murder. So he deserved to get shot at.
And it was very obvious that she didn't want to get divorced. That's why she was taking everything.
Right.
She thought that by taking the house, she thought if she took the house, he would stay. Yeah. She really didn't want to get divorced.
She did not. In this one, she did not want to get divorced, and Theo does.
Yeah. She said either I get everything or we don't get divorced.
Right. Because he mentions the divorce first, and she's like, I'm not doing that. And he's like, this is overdone. She's like, I'll say when it's done.
Yeah.
So she is the one who doesn't. But at the very end, you think they're about to like reconcile. Everything's going to be good. And then they blow up. Like we don't see it because the scene cuts to black, but they blow up. Yeah. And I was like, what about the kids?
Kids are in college.
They're
young adults now at 13.
Orphans.
Yeah, they're technically orphans.
So yeah,
but it's funny because I guess it's a callback to when
the son mentioned being an orphan.
When the son said the dad's suicide, does that make us orphans? She said, no, you got me.
Right. Well, she was like.
She's like, no, you still have me.
Yeah. Now they have nobody.
Now they have
nobody. So
I guess they're gonna stay with. Oh God, they're gonna stay with Kate McKinnon.
I don't know what's gonna happen to them kids. They probably are never coming home from college.
They're gonna stay with Andy and Kate McKinnon.
They ain't got no parents. They ain't got no house.
That'd be terrible.
So yeah. So I did have another dislike, and I was saving it to the end. I didn't love the ending because it made like this is a comedy, right? And we ha kiki in the whole movie, and then at the end I was like, the kids are orphans.
Yeah, they are.
This is not funny.
Yeah. So the other one, they're adults.
Right. So that was my other dislike is that they made the kids orphans. Yeah. I don't know how else they could have ended it, but them not having kids, then I would have been fine. They both died together.
Yeah, I guess the kids were like not the breaking point, but one of the big issues.
Oh yes, so, kids were definitely.
I was thinking maybe if they didn't have the kids, it kind of would have went the same, but that was a big point of contention.
Yes, Ivy was very upset about Theo sending the kids off to college. Like that was one of her, like she missed her kids and she felt like she missed them growing up or whatnot. So you're right, having the kids there did add a dynamic to the movie. I just don't like the fact that the kids are now workers.
I had the fact that like the kids were smart, like the kids were kind of just like they could tell that the parents were a mess,
having an issue,
and they were encouraging them to talk to each other. Right. When Ivy was trying to avoid Theo and smoke her pot in the yard, the daughter sold her out. Right. She was like, "Are you down here trying to avoid him?"
Right. She's like, "Dad."
She's like, "He's down here.
Mom's down here."
And then she told her like,
Right. So that was and I like the kids. I think because I also like the kids. I'm like, dang, the kids.
And the kids called. For some reason, Andy Samberg put on his Instagram that they were good divorced. I'm like, I don't know why you would put that. And she's a public figure, so why would you do that?
Right.
And you're a divorce lawyer, you clown.
No, remember, he's not a divorce lawyer. He was a real estate lawyer.
That's right. He's a real estate
lawyer. And
Theo's
dumb, but hire him in the divorce.
She's a public figure. Why would you launch her divorce on your Instagram?
Because he's stupid.
But the kids called, and they're like, we're glad you're getting divorced. They're like, what? They're like, yeah,
we saw it. We saw it coming. And then they were like, bye, see you later.
They're like, well, we got to go, practice running.
Right, whatever they was doing in college at 13.
Right.
Goodness. So that's how the movie ends. Doesn't end on a happy note, but it ends just like the other movie ended where the couple dies.
Yeah.
Yeah. The book did not end with them dying. The book ended with them warring, like, for all eternity.
I wonder why so many people are obsessed with killing them.
I don't know. I mean,
why must they die?
You're right. I mean, I guess like them working it out is too much of a feel good. But they could have ended it to where they just didn't. They actually got divorced.
Yeah.
And just lived their lives separately.
Yeah. That
would also worked.
There are good rom-coms where they don't end up together.
Correct.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So let's go to our favorite line or scene if you can happen to pick one.
My favorite line or scene is Kate McKinnon's last visit.
That was going to be mine.
Before the end of the movie,
that was gonna
before
be
they finalized their divorce.
Yeah.
So all throughout the movie, Kate McKinnon has been hitting on Theo and hinting that she wants to sleep with him.
Yes.
During her last scene in the movie, after they have a big blow-up dinner party, Kate McKinnon shows up. She's
randomly, by the way. She's not invited.
Randomly at the middle of the night, inviting him to like go on the road with her
to Mexico.
To Mexico to sleep with each other and have tacos.
Taco.
Muy caliente.
This
is just a scene of just her going on and on.
It's like a sketch.
Uninterrupted.
Yes.
Like he's not interrupting her.
It's an SNL sketch that goes on with just Kate McKinnon just doing whatever she does best.
But Theo turns it down. And she's leaving, and the scene ends with Theo asking her, like, you would really leave your husband. You would really leave Barry for me. And she's like, no, you idiot. I would never leave my husband for you. She's like, I'm talking about one night of passion. She said, because eventually, she said, I'm 40. My face is melting off. She said, my body is cooking up a stage 4 or something. And she says, and when I'm sad and I want somebody to drive me to chemo, I want it to be my husband.
Right. She wasn't leaving. She had no intention of leaving Barry in their weirdness. She just wanted to get it on with Theo and go about her life.
Somehow, all of that, Theo still misread the situation.
Right. Theo was just not, he was too blinded by trying to kill his wife, I
Kate
guess.
McKinnon was absolutely hilarious.
So that was also my favorite scene. I'll mention another scene was, I actually thought the dinner scene was pretty funny. So there's another couple in this movie, they're friends who are, what were their names? Sally and what was Sally's husband's name? Rory. They're both architects, and they think the banter between Theo and Rose is like, Theo and Ivy is like, for play. They think it's playful. They do their own banter back and forth, and I don't think she liked that man.
No.
And everybody's just looking. She says some really mean stuff.
He's awful.
Rory's eventually like, okay, I think you're saying these things to hurt me. And then everybody was just looking like, this is awkward. And Kate McKinnon to Karis goes, and this is why I don't have friends.
Another good Kate McKinnon scene is when she was grilling him about buying that Julia Child stove.
Yes.
She was trying to tell he bought it because it's Julia Child stove.
Right.
He was doing it as a nice gesture, but Kate McKinnon was like, you hate her, right?
Right.
You hate your wife. Is that why you bought her that old stove?
It's old. It's like, it's Julia Child stove. It looks old and it doesn't really fit the aesthetic of the house because the house is like updated and modern or whatever. You got this super old stove in the middle of it. That's
very something that, have you ever received a gift from somebody who clearly doesn't do it or know anything about it, but knows that you love it, so they think that you're going to love it?
Right.
And it's such a thing for, you don't cook, and you know that she really likes cooking, so you think that she wants this old crappy stove because it's historical, but in reality, people who cook want real high-tech functioning stoves.
Yeah.
They don't want Julia Child's ancient stove.
So, yeah.
When she's describing it to Kate McKinnon, she's like, yeah, it's fragile.
It looks fragile.
And it ends up being the thing that kills.
Yes. The gas leak is from that stove because Theo tears up the stove.
But it reminded me of getting a gift from somebody. It reminds me of getting like a sewing gift from somebody who doesn't sew, but they think that I will use this. And it's like, I don't actually use this. But thank you. Right. I appreciate the gesture.
Right. Any other random notes that you have?
Random notes. The sugar contract was hilarious.
Oh, yes, with the kids.
So Julia Childs, Ivy is a baker. So the kids get pastries.
Lots of pastries.
So they're eating sugar till they're literally throwing up.
Sick.
When they switch roles and he's a stay-at-home dad, he has them sign a sugar contract, which he says is really just a commitment. But the kids are like solid.
They're stuck to it.
After not knowing what a contract is probably all their lives, they spend like a week with him and they're like committed to this thing.
Yes, they're health nuts all of a sudden.
About not eating sugar. So when she tries to come home from work and feed them sugar in the middle of the night, they tell her no.
They look at each other like, don't do it. Don't do it.
That's their first argument as a couple, where they're having an argument about their different parenting styles. But I thought the sugar contract was hilarious.
Because the kids, they were like, kids are normally like, oh, that's okay. No, they were like, we can't break the contract.
Right.
We're serious about this.
I love when she was like, because it's very much like having two separate conversations with different parents. And
yes.
She's telling them, like, you don't have to listen to anything he says. Eat these ice cream sandwiches. And the girl goes, he said that she would do this.
Right. He set them up to know what mom was going to say.
The girl says, he said that she would do this. And the son goes, yeah, but he says just politely declined. And she looks at her mom and says, I politely declined.
And Ivy's just sitting there like, who's turning?
She's like, you turned my kids into robots.
What have you done to my children? And that was part of the reason why at the end she was so upset that he sent the kids away, because she didn't really get to rebuild the bonds with her kids.
The kids had good funny moments.
They did.
And my last random note was, I like the name of the restaurant. We Got Crabs.
I did like that.
Because it's a non-serious name, but it's very on brand for her character.
And she seemed like she had been holding that name for like whenever she got the chance to do a restaurant, because she came up with it with the quickness.
Yes, she did, easily.
My one random note is, I wonder if they actually would have worked it out or still got divorced if they lived.
I think they would have worked it out.
You think so?
I do.
Dang, that sucks.
After it seemed like that they just needed to admit each other that they both
were wrong.
They both said that they felt like the other one stopped working.
Yes.
And after they realized that they didn't stop working, they just stopped apologizing. I feel like they would have. And especially after the last talk with Barry and Amy, and realizing that if Barry and Amy could do it, I think that was enough.
What was
for
their
them.
excuse?
Right.
So yeah, I think, I don't know. I'm on the fence, but I guess it don't matter because it did.
Yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts or lasting comments about the movie?
Nope. That's all I had. I'm ready to move to rating.
What are you giving it out of 5 Nicole Kidmans?
I would give this a 4.5.
Okay.
I had a good time. I thought it was funny. I thought it was well acted. I didn't really have many complaints other than I think that they kind of ran to the ending a little bit.
Yeah.
But other than that, I enjoyed every other aspect of the movie.
Okay.
So 4.5 Nicole Kidmans.
I'm going to give it a 4.
Okay.
So I'm taking 1 off for, like you said, I feel like we could have got more roaring instead of that last 10 minutes. And I feel like I would have liked to see instead of having a montage, I would have liked to see that kind of play out more. I'm taking off another half because they made the kids orphans.
Oh, they did make the kids orphans.
Sorry. Yeah. I was really enjoying myself. And then when it goes to white, I was like, is they dead? Yeah. What do you mean?
Because you didn't think they were going to do it.
I didn't because I was like, oh, they got kids. They're not about to kill them off.
They literally inserted the gas leak as like the last scene.
Literally the last.
Right as they're apologizing.
5 minutes.
There was nothing else that like teased that was going to happen.
Nothing. No lead up. No nothing. So you know what? I appreciate them going with it and sticking through and doing the ending that might have ruffled some people's feathers. I am people. But it did not ruin the movie for me. I still enjoy it. I would still recommend it.
All right, so that is our review of The Roses. Go see it. It's a long weekend. There's not much coming out. You have time to go see it. It's not like Mortal Kombat's coming out or anything.
Nope. I don't know what the next big movie is. Now that I think about it.
Oh, yeah. So what are we seeing next week?
Oh, speaking of which, I don't know. Oh, I have no idea. We don't know.
Okay.
We'll have to figure this out offline. I know normally we can like hash it out and be like, oh, what do we say? And then we figure it out. I don't know, dog.
Well, you guys can follow us for our announcement of what we'll be watching.
It'll be a surprise.
It'll definitely be an episode.
Listen,
we don't miss episodes.
Next week is going to be nothing but news. And then we were like, we ain't got no movie. No, I'm just kidding. We'll have something to entertain you with. We just don't know what it is. Maybe we can catch up on Alien. Okay. Because I think it only has 8 episodes, and we just passed episode 4.
Yeah.
So it could be like a
halfway point. You haven't, but
I'm only 1 episode behind though.
It's good.
I'm watching that today.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do like a mid-season recap.
Feeling very much like a mid-season MCU show where it's like the stuff is hitting the fan at episode 4.
So maybe we can do like a little over mid-season recap of Alien next week.
It's gross.
It's nasty. Don't eat. Ugh, God, I had a steak.
Don't eat during episode 4.
Listen, I was eating a steak when I was watching episode 3 and was like, I don't think I'm hungry no more. That's weird.
Don't eat lamb.
Don't eat. Oh, did I do something to that lamb?
Don't eat lamb.
I'm going to do something to that lamb chop. Jesus Christ. Is it animal torture?
You
don't want to say?
I mean, aren't xenomorphs animals?
Oh, okay. Are they?
A lot of things suffer in episode 4. I'm saying that.
I'm not surprised by that.
A lot of things suffer.
I went into this show thinking everybody was going to die. So sure, I should expect.
You know what? The director actually said that they're going to treat the show. They have multiple seasons planned with the same characters. They said they want to follow the same characters through different arcs.
Interesting.
So I don't think
somebody will make it.
They're going to be casualties, but I think that they have an idea of who's going to survive in a through line.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know that they were planning multiple seasons. That's good to know.
They did say Wendy. They did say following Wendy.
Well, I didn't think she was getting it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if Wendy going to look the same or something. They might have to put Wendy in a new body.
And that could be a thing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, maybe next week we'll catch up on Alien Earth.
All right.
So, thank you for... I wasn't quite ready. I was like trying to roll into it as I was switching screens to get to it. Let me start over. Thank you for listening. If you like our show, please give it a share. You can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or on our website, dailynerdypodcast.com, where you can also leave us a voice message. We will play on the show if it is appropriate. If it's inappropriate, I'm forwarding it to your boss. You can also follow us on social media on Threads and IG at Vaguely Nerdy Podcast. On Blue Sky and the Bird app, we are Vaguely Nerdy Pod. Tweet. You can email us at vaguelynerdypodcast@gmail.com, where you can give us like tips on, I don't know why I said tips. You a podcast, you can give us tips, but you can give us suggestions on if you want us to watch something that's not too scary, because if it is, I sure ain't watching The Grudge, so don't even bother recommending that. If you have any recommendations, we will take them on our email. If you are listening to us on a podcast app, you can also catch our animated show where we had little emojis with our little facial reactions on YouTube at Bailey Nerdy Podcast.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.